Welcome to Spirit School. I'm your mentor, Danielle Sarank, also known as the Squamish Medium. In this podcast, I share honestly all I have learned about the mediumship and spiritual development journey. My intention is to normalize these conversations, to make way for a more confident, clear, and connected wave of lightworkers, serving the world of spirit with an open and joyful soul. Welcome again to Spirit School. Hello, Spirit School listeners. Thank you for joining me for another podcast episode. These are your August Spirit messages, and I'm very excited to get into the Spirit messages because Spirit has been really surrounding and inspiring me on this for the past 12 hours. But first and foremost, I just wanted to share a couple things that are coming up this month because by the time I'm done the Spirit messages, I never really feel like promoting it because I'm in a zone and I'm in a mode, but there are some exciting things that I know that you would want to be aware of. So I'm just going to take 2 hot minutes here as an opportunity to share that with you. So as you know, I have opened up a free Spirit School community for the podcast listeners, for the students of Spirit School. And we kicked it off last month with a week-long experience connecting in with your spirit guides. This was a very profound experience for so many people. And still every single day, people are checking out the replays and commenting on their experiences that they had as part of this. It was a really fun way to kick off the community. We had almost 500 people join the week-long Spirit Guide Challenge. So I'm here to tell you that in August, we will be doing another week-long challenge. And this time it's going to be focused on the mediumship development technique, sitting in the power. So sitting in the power is one of the foundational techniques around mediumship development, but the techniques and the benefits of sitting in the power actually serve us in every aspect of our lives. I believe that sitting in the power also benefits people who are not developing mediums, but people who are developing their animal communication or angel connections or spirit guide connections. There are different techniques and intentions behind sitting in the power that are very powerful for all humanity, all walks of life. So I will be doing a free week-long sitting in the power experience where every day I will go live and share a teaching or a technique and then guide you guys through a sitting in the power experience. This is happening the week of August 5th. So link down below if you want to come join us. Just look at the events tab in the community space so that you don't miss that thing. I'm really excited to be doing that as well. On the back end of that, August 13th, the doors open for registration for the initiation, which is my 12-week Mediumship Foundations development experience, which will be starting in September. This is for people who are interested in learning what I feel people need to learn in their first 3 years of mediumship development. There's a live aspect to this class where I will be teaching 5 live classes and providing you with a ton of self-study content as well that you will have lifetime access to. We also practice twice a week in the community. You will be paired up with 2 different people to practice your abilities. It's always a lot of fun. This is going to be my 7th time running it. I've had hundreds of people walk through it. I don't do early bird sales. I don't like the energy of them. I like having long open carts to have people feel into it if this is good timing for them, if this is right for them. We have flexible payment plans available as well. The Spirit School Collective, my membership, and the waitlist will get the biggest discount on registering. So if you want to be first in the know of the initiation launch and you want to receive a discount, just hop onto the waitlist and look for an email to come out from me on the 13th. If you're part of that Sitting in the Power Week, I will be sharing that discount code there as well for the participants of that experience. So I'm really excited about that. The other thing I wanted to mention was the Spirit School Collective is celebrating 2 years August 1st. This is huge. If you knew the history of the Spirit School Collective and how it started, it's a pretty phenomenal experience. And the fact that we are celebrating 2 years as a community is really mind-blowing to me. And I just feel like we are just getting started. This month, we are having what we call the Medicine Lodge. And this is an experience for the members of the community to put their name forward, to demonstrate their gifts and share their gifts with the collective. And it's a really powerful experience of witnessing and being witnessed in your magic. So this isn't a practice circle. This is the medicine I have to share with the world, and I desire to share it with you today. We're going to be doing a group Reiki healing. So all the Reiki practitioners will be coming together to be offering the collective a healing. And it's just really beautiful. I'll also be teaching a mediumship development class there. And I always teach differently in the collective than I do in my programs to make sure we're not doubling up on content in any way. So if you're interested in joining the collective and you want to check out the free space first, it's really easy to move into the collective once you're in the free space, or just continue to enjoy the free space as well. These are the things that I wanted to kind of bring up. So set in the Power Week, joining the free space, the initiation is opening on August 13th. You can check out the link for the dates and all that fun stuff. And of course, the Spirit School Collective is 2 years old. I am so excited. Oh yeah, I guess I should tell you, I don't know if there's going to be readings available. I did have some available for August, but every day people are booking them here or there. I don't promote them that much, but I'm also doing my first public online group reading. I've done it in my masterminds. I've done them in the collective. I'm finally opening the doors to have people come and sit with a demonstration of mediumship with me. So there should still be tickets available for that. And that's happening on Tuesday, August 9th. I'm very excited. Thank you for sticking with me while I speak about these really important things that are happening in my world and my body of work. Now let's get into your August spirit messages. I am very excited about these. You know how they go. You know how they flow. You know, if you've been listening a long time, I have been changing up how I am doing these spirit messages in more of a channeling way. I think that there is a big difference between being inspired and being channeled. I have been leaning a lot more into the channeling state in the past year and a half, but more in particular the past 2 or 3 months. So I don't video record these anymore. You can't see them on YouTube because the way that I have been channeling lately has been really with my eyes closed, and I have returned to swaying. If you are a student of mine for a long time, you know that when I used to do readings and when I used to connect in and teaching, there would be like the swaying motion that was just really natural as part of my body. And for some reason that has returned. So I don't record it, and I just kind of talk and get into my flow with the world of spirit and then just see what transpires or what flows out of me. I don't prepare anything. I simply place a thought to the world of spirit. I will be channeling for the collective today, for the people who will be drawn to listen to Spirit School. What can I say that can impact these people in a positive way, help move people forward in the most profound ways? And that is the result of these podcast episodes. And when I placed this thought to the world of spirit, I just got really warm. It's like a light switch goes off for me. It's like this warmth that just overcame me as I explain this to you. And the phrase that Spirit has been repeating over and over in my mind for the past 12 hours is, it's time to look up, friends. It's time to look up to the skies. It's time to look up to the heavens. It's time to look up. And the way that they visually bring my awareness to this message is they're literally touching the chins of people and lifting their heads up, even to parallel. They make me feel that there has been so much time that we have been spending looking down, looking at our feet, looking below parallel with our eyes. They make me feel that this has been a way for us to survive this past time that we have been having. This is how we have been keeping well. This is how we have been managing our energy. It's looking at the immediate surroundings around us and almost avoiding the bigger picture, everything that has been happening in the collective. And that's okay. This is what has been required of us to maintain our energy, to maintain our light. And the world of spirit is surrounding us and asking us, it's time to look up. It's time to gaze out and beyond, and it's time to look up to the heavens and to the skies. They bring to my awareness the intentionality in the month of August of looking at the animal world that surrounds us, looking at the birds that fly without permission, without a sense of forgiveness, and just purely being the magical beings that they are. And looking to the animal kingdom to see the medicine that surrounds us and the medicine that we can tune into at any time. We look at the birds, at the perspectives that they bring this planet. We have the ability to see things from a higher perspective by tuning into the energy of the bird kingdom. I remember, and they reminding me early in my development, and I mean year 1 and year 2, how the hawk was such a representation for me. Every time I would close my eyes to meditate, I would see a hawk's face looking at me. Every time I would drive to work at the same place on my 70-kilometer each way commute, I would have hawks swooping in front of my car, bringing me to tears at how seen I felt in their presence. They're making us feel that we have been so stuck in our humanity that we have forgotten who we share this planet with, and how we have failed in tending to the animal kingdom and tending to the trees and the living beings that live here. It's time to see us as not being protectors of their space, but what can we obtain in knowledge and wisdom from their presence on this planet of what remains. This is not meant to make anybody sad. This is meant to shift perspective. It is not within our control what has been done up until this time, but what we do with this moment forward is within our scope of abilities. If we sit with the trees, if we look to the animal kingdom and just place the thought, can you share your wisdom with me today? It will not be wasted on me. And spread out what you have learned to humanity, one person at a time. And this will bring more harmony and balance back to our existence here. It's time to look up. It's time to gaze out. It's time to look to the night sky. It's time to dream bigger. It's time to make new commitments to our fellow humanity, new commitments to this planet, and new commitments to the beings that reside here. It's really important that we know that looking up and beyond doesn't have to feel scary or overwhelming. If we choose to look for the inspiration that surrounds us, that is what we will see. We are very aware through social media, through being so connected in with one another, everything that has gone wrong on this planet and all the problems that persist. But the world of spirit is asking us to look up and gaze beyond at the beauty, at the blessings, at the wisdom, at the joy that is surrounding us. And this is what is needed in the month of August to prepare us for what is to come. This is a big month of expanding our joy, expanding our friendships, expanding our circles, learning how to guide ourselves through the darker and lower vibrations to be uplifted into the lighter and more expansive vibrations. And Spirit is saying that the first step of this is to look up and gaze beyond. And beyond what we can see with our eyes is what we can see with our heart. And we are in constant communication with the heart space. And we don't have to just needlessly move alongside with it. We can be intentional with it. Heart, what do you desire for me to see in this moment? Our heart is the closest connection to our soul that we have in our physical experience. So many people think it's the mind and it's the head space and it's the crown, but it is the heart space that connects us with the highest vibration of our spiritual being. We can ask this heart space, which is one of the highest, most divine, intelligent energy centers that we can connect with ease to the spirit realm with. How do you want me to see this situation? What is the highest lens in which I can see my immediate surroundings? Heart space, can I see joy in this moment? In this moment, looking around and up and out at my immediate surroundings, where can I find joy here now? There is so much that has been done that we cannot correct. And it's not about fixing the past. It's about planning for the future we want to see. And it starts with every single person's inner world and their experience of the inner world. They make me feel that this is going to create the biggest positive impact. Because there's no denying the darkness anymore. It exists. It's around us. We can see that with so much clarity. And the world of spirit is saying is if each individual taps into their own divine self, their own joy, their own sense of love, darkness does not stand a chance, because there is more good in this world than not. But because we are so highly exposed to all that is not well in this world, it can make us eclipse a little bit with the shadow. And what the world of spirit is asking us is to tune into the joy that we each all are and are connected to. And if each one of us focuses on ourselves and doing that, the lightness will win. And lightness will win every time. But what's the journey to get there? And this is a journey of rediscovering our true essence in ourselves. And this is a collaborative effort with our humanity as well as our spirit body. We cannot ignore humanity. We cannot ignore the fact that we've chosen to come here in a human experience. We do not have to choose one or the other. We can learn to express both in harmony and in balance. So if we can learn to live and coexist in our inner and outer world in constant communication, in making divine choices on what we can focus on, what we can reflect upon, what we can absorb in our own selves, this will bring us closer to what we want to see in the world. They do make me feel that there is a lot of overwhelm. There's a lot of paralysis. There's a lot of relying on external sources to guide us on where to go next. Maybe even something like this podcast could be seen as that. And the world of spirit is calling us inward. They're asking us to see the world with the inner world's lens. The inner world is one of love, divine grace, and joy. That is what naturally exists within each of us. But we can forget it because we give so much to the mind. The mind can appear so powerful in our humanity, and it is powerful, but it is not as powerful as the heart space. We cannot ignore the fact that we have these minds. So how can we live in more harmony with the heart and the mind, in equal power in this existence? And it's within that question and that line of inquiry that we receive the answers on how to move in this world next. Because this is not about correcting the past. The past cannot be corrected. It's about how do we move forward individually and together to create the world we know can exist. And the world of spirit shows me this representation of how so many of us have been sucked into the darkness, if you will. Right? The darker energies, everything that's not going right, everything that has gone wrong. It's been easy to focus on these past 2 years, but the time of shift is happening now. And though the world will not change around us immediately, if we focus on changing our own world, ourselves, and so many of us focus on this, lightness spreads. The world needs our light now more than ever before. And the beauty is they make me aware that we actually have access to it with more ease than ever before. And it's brighter than it has ever been before. And we simply need to acknowledge and recognize this and lift our heads up and gaze out and ask the depths of our soul, how do you wish and desire for me to see this very moment? And what the world of spirit makes me aware of is that our happiness is going to increase over the month of August. We are going to be able to train ourselves on how to tap into this space. We don't have to wait for the next emotion. We don't have to wait for the next thought. We can call it in with intentionality. How do you wish for me to see this very moment? The world has a long time to come still. If you look at a retrograde, they're showing me like a Mercury retrograde, how there's that shadow time where it takes a moment for it to course correct and start moving back direct. We're doing the work right now in the stillness so that when the world starts to shift and move again, it's with a new energy. So this month, if you focus on nothing else other than how you perceive the world around you from the space and lens of the soul space and the heart, that is enough. This is what the world of spirit needs from us this month. And this is what is being asked of us. You may find this if you are at a park or at a beach or out. You will notice this because you'll hear spirit whisper in your heart, look up. And you will realize how much you have been looking down. This is going to be more profound than may meet the ears at this moment. And I do believe that as the month transpires, you may be challenged in seeing the beauty that surrounds you. But this is what is going to move us forward in a way that we desire to create the world and our relationship with one another. Spirit wants to humble us in our ignorance around feeling like we are top of the food chain on earth. They want us to lean into humility in the things that have been here long before us. Again, they are taking me to birds and trees. This is very important this month. And it's almost like they want us to understand and acknowledge our insignificance on this planet, to humble us, to understand that we are not the wisest here. There is more wisdom at our feet than in our skin. This message of looking up will get us more tuned into the wisdom of this planet and the wisdom of what was here before and what will exist long after we are gone. This is an incredible month to sit beneath a tree, close your eyes, and speak to our Creator, to speak to your spirit team, but to do it amongst nature. The wisdom that will come through you in doing this will get you excited about life again. Spirit is making me feel that so many of us have been walking through this life lately, just waiting for the next thing to appear, just waiting, becoming apathetic, not moving. And the time is now in this month of August to take our lives once more for ourselves. Not waiting anymore. We're not waiting anymore for what's coming next. We are choosing what comes next. At every moment, at every thought, with every choice, we get to choose what is next for us. It is time to lean back into that responsibility. And we will be guided through it. But Spirit wants us to connect in more with the heart space, connect in more with the intelligent communication that it is constantly channeling to us. This takes great moments of presence. This takes less thinking and more being. That's what come Spirit says, even at this very moment, just look up. Look around. What's the most beautiful thing you see right now? Hold that energy. That is what we need more of. That is what is going to change the course of humanity. And that's how simple it is. And if this most simple act seems so profound to you, it's just because we've been lost in the darkness. And it's time to wake up. It's had its time, and it's time to bring the light back to this planet now. Do not get overwhelmed because this happens at an individual level. Spirit leaves you with this message. It is time to wake up. It is time to wake up. It is time to wake up to your true self and trust the intelligence of the spirits that surround you walking in these bodies. That by you yourself waking up and tuning into this highest part of yourself, this most connected part of yourself, they will as well. Because we are easily influenced by our surroundings. We've seen this by slipping into the shadows. Why couldn't we slip into the light as well? Of course we can. Of course that's what's next. So it is. I hope that these August messages from the world of spirit and from my own soul and my own experience lands with you, resonates with you, excites you about what is to come next. August is going to be a time of great replenish, great nourishment, if we allow it. It's our choice. I would love to hear from you on what you wish to choose for yourself for this month. And I wish you the absolute most divine, most harmonious month ahead. I'll see you on the next episode of Spirit School.
Did you know that Spirit School is not just a podcast? It's an actual school. If you go to myspiritschool.com, you can invest in self-study courses, live programs, and of course the Spirit School Collective, my baby, my monthly membership community. All Spirit School offerings are intended to get you feeling clear, confident, and connected to your spiritual path, your development journey, and of course, connected to other spiritual curious souls who are having similar experiences to you. I hope to see you in Spirit School.